Hi everyone, this is Mila from milamemories.blogspot.com, and I just wanted to share a few reviews on some digital photography books that I've been reading, because when I was looking, I didn't really know, when I first started looking at books for digital photography, I didn't know where to begin actually. So I just wanted to do a review if anybody's into getting into digital photography, like I am. I am such a beginner. I bought my first DSLR camera, I'd say maybe about a month ago. It'll be a month, I think on the 21st. So I'm still learning for sure, but these books have definitely helped me understand digital photography better. And I knew absolutely nothing going into buying my digital SLR. Yes, I did a lot of research on it as to which one I wanted, what I wanted them to do, if I really needed one, and I did. And because I take photos like a mad woman, and my Sony point and shoot just wasn't cutting it for me anymore. I think I've outgrown it. It's still a great camera, but I think I was just ready for something more. I wanted more from my pictures that I just wasn't getting from my Sony point and shoot. So I ended up getting a Sony Alpha 55, and it is one of the cameras with a new translucent lens instead of one of the, I think it's the same thing as an SLR, except they call it an SLT because of the translucent lens. So anyway, this video is about the review of the books, so let me get back to that. So the first book that I read and picked up was the Digital Photography book by Scott Kelby. There are 3 volumes to this book. I've only read the first one so far, and I'm waiting for the other 2 volumes in the mail because I wanted to see if I liked it, what I learned from it. And let me tell you guys, I love this book. I keep it with me all the time whenever I'm shooting, whether it may, now I'm not a professional photographer at all. I shoot my son. I shoot pictures of my son when we go to the park, at home, whenever there's a silly moment. I just take out my camera and take a picture of him. So anyway, so I wanted to see if I liked the first volume first, and let me tell you guys, I did. Obviously, since I ordered the second and the third volume. Scott Kelby is an amazing photographer, and he is so easy to understand as you're reading. This book is not a this book isn't a why, or what is an aperture, or why do you need a good aperture. It doesn't tell you the definitions, but it tells you how to. So it basically, as he goes through the book, he tells you how to shoot this flower using a zoom lens, and he tells you what to do. So it's not like a why book, it's more about how to. So basically, throughout the book, it's like you guys are on a shoot. So it's like Scott Kelby is out shooting in the park with me and my son, and he's telling me how to do this, how to get a macro image when I don't have a macro lens. And I just want to share something with you guys, because before this book, I was trying to get that defocusing look of where an image, let me see if I can find it, an example here, where an image is in focus right before you, but out of focus, everything else in the background is out of focus. There's a good one of what I'm talking about. I want to just show you an example. I think that was in the beginning of the book where he shows that to you. Like this, for example. So she is in focus, but everything else in the background here is out of focus. And I was trying to get this look for like literally, I kid you not, 4 days. And I could not understand how to do it. I knew I could do it with my camera, and I knew I could do it with my lens. I just wasn't getting it. Now, when I got this book and I started reading, I figured it out, and he tells you what to do in order to get this look. And just so you know, if you're trying to get that look, you have to fill the whole frame up. Even if you don't have like a macro lens or a wide angle lens, you have to fill the whole frame up in your camera, and then shoot at the lowest aperture, and then you'll get that defocused look. So just things like that. I was so excited once I actually figured out how to do it, because that's a big part of why I got the camera, is because I loved that defocusing look, and I couldn't really get any awesome, amazing shots of my son with my regular point and shoot camera. So now I am getting some amazing shots of him, and like I told my husband, you know, he may thank us later on for me taking all of these photos of him and scrapbooking, you know, if he's as sentimental as I am, where, you know, every memory is just means so much to me, because time goes by just so fast. So anyway, some more about the book. He tells you where to focus and just all sorts of stuff, you know. He goes through everything. So my next 2 volumes are in, I should be getting them by the end of the week. And I'll do a review of those when I get them. He also shows you like what gear you might need and how much it is. If he's talking about something like in this particular page, he's talking about shooting a photo in like a sports arena or something like that, and then he tells you like what you need in order to get that shot, as well as like how much it costs. So like if you need a monopod, and then like a telephoto zoom lens and stuff like that. And so he just gives you different prices and models, and it's just a really great book to have with you, especially when you're a beginner and you don't know how to shoot anything like me. It's just a really good book to have with you. So if I was ever in that situation, I would just flip to a specific page, and it would tell me exactly how to do it, you know, and that's really what I need, because I'm not taking any classes at this point. I'm just kind of self-teaching myself right now. So this book I would definitely recommend, and also Scott Kelby, I don't know if you follow him on Twitter, but I do, and he responds to you right away. He's just an awesome guy all around. He's really cool. So I would definitely recommend all of his books, and I'm definitely gonna be getting them. So there's just a picture of him on the background, in the back page. So that's the first book, and I finished reading that one. This is the next book, and it's called Understanding Exposure by Brian Peterson. It's the 3rd edition, and it's revised and updated. And I'm not done reading this book yet, but I'm in the middle of it actually. But this book is very, very different than the Scott Kelby book. I would 150% recommend it as well. The reason for that being, in this book, Brian explains to you what an aperture is and what a shutter speed is, and how to, you know, what shutter speed you need to use in order to get that shot, what to do, what not to do. He gives you some exercises that you can do in order to understand better with your camera. He talks to you about, you know, what an ISO is, why you need to get a great ISO. So this is the why book, and a how-to also, but I do keep Scott Kelby's book with me all the time in my camera bag. So he gives you just some neat ideas of how to shoot different images, and he tells you why to use this or why to use a lower aperture or a higher aperture, or one example is he says basically that an aperture of f8 and f11 are kind of doesn't matter apertures, like they'll be in focus anyway, and you would use those apertures if you don't have like a great depth of field. So I would definitely recommend this book as well. And in order to understand why you need to do things the way you do, and why you need to use, let's say, a lower ISO or a higher ISO, and if you want to get this look, you would do it one way. If you want to get this look, you would do it a different way. So this is the same picture. It's using different settings. So I would definitely recommend this book as well. And I also have ordered other books by Brian Peterson. So I really like both of these authors, and I'd recommend them both. So he explains to you what a white balance is, and you know what a histogram is on your camera, and why, you know, just different things like that. Anyway, so I definitely recommend both these books. And let me know if you have any questions or comments. Please feel free to leave me a comment or questions in regards to any of these books, and I will be so happy to answer them for you. I will talk to you guys later.